the upskilling for job creations and all that. And they used to work very closely, Madam Speaker, with the university student, that a university student will come in because of research, will be able to research and do what is needed at the higher advanced level. But more importantly, a technical person will come in and implement what you have researched on. And that is how these two levels would work closely together. And it also gives students an important way, or a person, if I want to just go to a technical school for skills, I will straight away go and do my skill. And so, Madam Speaker, one of the things that we have to do now is to avoid the duplication between universities and TVETs. Because if we are building TVETs and we are promoting TVETs, then we must have a career path or a pathway that indeed creates the two. Today, when you look at CBE, Madam Speaker, you realize we will need both. And none of them will struggle in looking for a job. And so for me, let TVET handle the hands-on skill. It will also help the universities on resource allocation, on lecturers. You realize even on facility, Madam Speaker, there is also a need for improvement on research. And for me, I think that's the most also important thing, that we are not just doing this for the sake of, but we are trying to ask ourselves, how do you now create a career progression pathway for any child in Kenya? Because you realize I might, Madam Speaker, and we are just about to clear the Form 4s of 844. And you realize we had many students also who are struggling even just to pass. So we let them go to TVETs, allow and open up for them. Then in the university, you take those who qualify to go to university for them to just go and also do their degrees. But in the end, we shall not penalize, or we should not start undermining each, because each of them, they have something to provide within the job market. And Madam Speaker, the other thing, when you look at these advanced Asian countries, Madam Speaker, you realize they have really focused on skilled, on TVETs, more than even universities. So for me, it will help even the lecturers to have time also to deal and be able to manage students and bring out the best on both sides, Madam Speaker. So even as we support this, let us accept. And I'm hoping as we finalize that, it will not also again bring politics, Madam Speaker, because you realize in the education sector, everyone protects so much. Look at how we are now struggling with CBE in terms of just the names. How I wish even the Education Committee, Madam Speaker, can decide we have the junior, we have the middle, and the senior. And we come out of this ego competition that we can see is about to create again crisis in the very new system that we are trying to create. And the other thing is that let us not have universities also going to fight us on this amendment, because you realize, Madam Speaker, many universities are the ones who have taken students in diploma and certificates. Why? Because of also resources. So let us allow ourselves. But the most important thing, even as we do this, Madam Speaker, I think we also need to ask ourselves, I hope and I'm praying we can now clear the issue of the model, the TVET students to get their resources, to get their scholarships, to get, because these are some of the things they are struggling with, Madam Speaker. And to make it even worse, I don't understand, we have our KMTC, which is also more in line, like that is the TVET of medics, Madam Speaker. Because when you find a student who has gone through KMTC, you find that is a student who survives anywhere. In some of the hospitals we have, even in the rural, they will survive. But then, we have to ask ourselves, in all this knowledge that we are giving our young people, and all this exchange, medical tourism that we do with India, Madam Speaker, Is there a way we can now look for one of those hospitals in India and try and take our students from KMTC to also go and learn? Because these are many people, 1 billion people. You'll advance yourself, especially in imaging, because I can see we have a big challenge in that also, Madam Speaker. And so for me, in all these things we are trying, we are talking about the TVETs, yes. Is there a way? You realize in India, the Prime Minister has made sure, Madam Speaker, that if you want to open or even import anything from their country or export, you must build an industry in their country. You must manufacture that item from India. Why? So that you are able to build the skills of the people there. Now, we have imported from China, we are doing everything. Is there a way for the first time we can just say as Kenya, you want to bring your items to Kenya, then bring a manufacturing company from China to here that will employ our young people, that they are able, so that when you are in this TVET, Madam Speaker, if you are going for attachment, you go straight to an industry. You go straight to a place where you will learn those skills. So I support, but I pray that we will not bring in politics, that we will agree there is need to have these two to avoid duplication. I beg to support.
Very well. Member for Saku, are you on this one?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise to support this bill on various grounds. First, before the 80s and 90s, we used to have universities